Hi Aries, welcome back. Thank you for being here. Let's jump in for Aries, most important vital advice. Rebirth. Okay, you could be having a mindset shift. You could be changing your mind about where you want to live. 31. This could also be about the connections around you, how you communicate to people. Maybe there's a new communicative style you're employing, one that's more self-assertive, perhaps. Awakening and resurrection. There's death in all that awakens, for it isn't blissful or painless. It is a mighty rising, kind of like birth, right? There's always like the baby that's screaming and crying, oh flame resurrected. But in every ending, there is a beginning. It's the same coin. Like as soon as something ends, something is beginning, right? So rebirth represents an awakening after a difficult period. We all must face our storms, but know the storm will pass. Eventually you will find clear skies and feel the warm sun on your face again. Rebirth is the process of unfolding yourself after a storm. It's when your spirit has a chance to take a deep breath and stretch. It's about rediscovery. What has troubled you has burned away, and now you could face a new life that is waiting to bless you with new adventures and lessons. You have pulled rebirth because you're on the cusp of transformation. You have weathered the storm, and you are being given another chance at accomplishing your heart's desires. A blank canvas. What will you create with it? If you feel withdrawn, hidden, or shut off, now is the time to emerge back into the world. Your healing is done, and you must begin the process of starting anew. Don't hide your light. Don't be afraid to let yourself be seen. Your lessons have given you experience that can help you contribute to something positive and beautiful in the collective consciousness. Trust that all is safe and well. Beautiful message. We'll go ahead and grab you some tarot. There could be three feminines, or the power of three could be important here, as you kind of maybe you're using candle magic also to send your intentions out into the world, doing a bit of a ritual. Tell us more for Aries. So yeah, you could be maybe even letting go of an authoritarian maybe position, or authoritative position, or authoritarian style. There could have been something about defensiveness here. And something's kind of changing in divine timing. Maybe you're just being guided by the transits at this point, like the lunar eclipse last night, the full moon in Pisces. That could have revealed something, maybe about what is your relation to love in your home environment, in your family. How does that impact the rest of your life? What kind of choices? What do you choose to act upon, the light or the dark? Or how do you integrate the two, right, in a healthy way? Could be coming out of burdens about this, okay? And you could be looking to start something new, maybe a new passion, endeavor, adventure, but you could be trapped in your head a little bit about this. So let's go ahead and see what's coming in the future. What lies ahead for Aries? What do you need them to know? Maybe there's like a shaky confidence and you're not sure what's clear or what's not in your social relationships. You're not maybe sure how to communicate. We'll grab you advice. Most important vital advice for Aries, please. Thank you. Two of Canes in the reverse. So coming out of a sense of denial, out of, kind of deny. You can see how like upright she's like, I don't want to see. But coming out in reverse is actually really positive because it means you're finally able to see something more clearly. We did have Neptune in retrograde conjoining the full moon last night, and the full moons are times of revelations, and Neptune in retrograde allows us to see past the illusions that might have blinded us. So let's go ahead and see. Two of Canes in the reverse. You sense a deep betrayal and simply can't see a way to resolve or reconcile the matter at hand. It appears irreparably damaged, and this might be the case. If so, it's a time to surrender to the cold truth and find a way to move on. So this is actually very freeing, especially regarding family matters or anything like that, emotional matter. It is very, sometimes we've just got to like accept that this is just one part of the puzzle, but the rest of the pieces around the puzzle we can make those puzzles, right? We can make those pieces look more beautiful. But sometimes you can't just change that one puzzle piece, right? It's just not in your control. This could be something about a home life situation, maybe something that was that happened in the past. But we're going to go ahead and get deeper messages. I want to see what do they need you to know. Maybe what good is coming in your future. What lies ahead for Aries? What is the good headed for Aries' future? Karma. Okay, so an epiphany regarding like maybe karma or like karmic patterns, like maybe you're understanding the grander picture of like your soul came here to enact certain dynamics so that it could learn lessons, so that it could balance itself out. Something could be happening in divine timing and with alchemy of some sort. Maybe you need to learn how to alchemize situations, take any energy like negative and turn it into a positive. Sagittarius is usually associated with the alchemy card, and it's all about transmuting negative experiences into more positive ones, kind of like chemistry, right? So we'll go ahead and grab you some advice. Most important advice for Aries, most vital advice. Cooperation instead of competition. So maybe there are connections you kind of have to move away from and other ones you need to move towards, perhaps. We'll get you advice. Most important advice for Aries, most vital advice for Aries: success, abundance, and peace. For their ultimate success, abundance, strength, and peace for Aries. What is the best advice? Crow. Okay, similar to Taurus as yesterday. Tell us more. Aries, best advice, please. Meat and wine. So maybe this is a time to kind of see things clearly so that you can have a better understanding going forward. I'll put a full moonology for you. Aries, messages for Aries. The energy is gaining momentum. Don't let pride get in your way. Your hard work is paying off. Show the world the real you. There could be a culmination point, maybe like in something, but I'm going to go ahead and grab you guys a Kali. Most vital advice for Aries, people placements. What's the most important advice to align them on their best path? To align Aries on the best path. Best advice for Aries. Maybe a child has grown up. Like maybe you're kind of ending one section of your life. One section, like chapter, or yeah, that's a good way to say it. Chapter 36. Her heart contains the seeds of your soul and complete awareness of the divine destiny she has always intended for you. There is a sacred purpose from which you are born and a meaningful, divinely protected pathway for you to fulfill it. Only you can decide to put faith and commitment to the path and take one step at a time, honoring what is value to your heart, tuning into her loving plan, and taking those steps. The pathway reveals itself and you will attract greater blessings that benefit all. Okay. It provides, okay, let's see. It yearns to manifest meaningful truth, to protect that which is worthy, and to dedicate our efforts towards a clear purpose. It provides our loved ones and creates a safe place where feminine values of love and connection thrives. As that masculine energy grows and evolves within the soul, it expresses desire to accomplish these aims for the broader community and higher purpose. Artha, in that sense, is the search for meaning, for a higher purpose, for the methods of creative expression and spiritual exploration that give our lives clear direction and emotional fulfillment. So maybe there's a need to kind of aim or improve for some kind of emotional healing. That could be like the foundational thing you're focusing on at this point, maybe love in all its forms or self-love. In our intellectually driven society, we prefer to know the destination first and then become somewhat willing to trust that we are making progress, provided we feel in control of where we are going. However, the truth of manifestation or of life's purpose is somewhat different. The often painful first step is to give up our stranglehold on the how, when, where, who, and what. Only then can we drop into the instinctive, more intuitive way which is guided from the feminine wisdom within. Then we will truly be making spiritual progress towards manifestation and fulfillment on every level. At these times, the rational mind is stuck by the notion that it has no idea of what, if anything, is happening. This is when the inner masculine needs the trust in the inner feminine. There may be some healing work required for the trust to be generated. Such healing can ask you to have the courage and wisdom to move beyond the intellectual assessment of what you think you should be doing and your self-created ideas about what your evidence of success should have manifested by now. You will need to shift from assessing the self-healing journey. You will be asked to allow yourself to grow into the path you are seeking. The acorn doesn't appear much like the oak tree, but it knows how to become one. You will have to trust in the innate intelligence of your own healing process and soul knowing. Only then can you be sure that you will not miss your purpose nor attempt to climb mountains not meant for you, or that cannot bring you benefit, happiness, or peace. Okay, Artha is not only about purpose, but also about the capacity to accomplish tasks and the means necessary to do so. The universe provides such means, from emotional learning to financial support. To be able to relax and receive such generous grace, we must be on our authentic path and may also need to resolve painful experiences that have taught us to distrust. Many people have a complex set of beliefs about emotional and material support. These are largely inherited, often not particularly functional, and yet adopted without reflection. We can struggle to realize that we can choose whether to hold on to the beliefs or let them go in favor of different, perhaps more generous, kind, and favorable viewpoints. The oracle asks you to consider that your belief systems are not a reflection of an inviolable reality, but an expression of the best way you could deal with your past. You owe no allegiance to a belief system. It either supports you or it doesn't. To allow yourself to be supported brings benefit to all. Give yourself permission to do the inner work necessary to be open to open your mind to a more beautiful belief system. As Kali is rebirthing energy, it's time to dispense with the past, especially if there have been wounds around a lack of security. The oracle guides you to open your heart and mind to the reality of the material means necessary for your continued development being provided. Even if you've struggled in the path, Artha of Kali brings assurance that you are capable of genuine material and spiritual prosperity. You can manifest that which has real meaning to your heart. You are forging your own authentic path that will bring you fulfillment on all levels, bring positive spiritual repercussions for all beings as well. If you have reached a block or a dead end on the path, trust that you have the strength to overcome it. It may not be through attempting to force something to happen in the material world, like making or work, so much as working or reframing your beliefs and approach so they are in complete alignment with your inner values. That takes incredible strength and trust in yourself. Going through the process creates spiritual integrity and alignment. Even the greatest willpower to make things happen will fall short of what is necessary to manifest your most beautiful sacred fulfillment without such inner spiritual integrity. Trust that the promise of your sacred success is being fulfilled through every challenge and blessing. Wow, that was a lot to read. Okay. Alrighty, well, I'm not sure. Oh, maybe we'll grab a few tea leaf before we close this out for you guys. Messages for Aries, most important vital messages. Maybe there's a need to lean more into the color blue as well. Maybe you need to take a more grounded approach to your finances. Tell us more. You need to keep your life in balance, rectify karma and karmic situations, maybe reenact the scales, take time to heal yourself, to make devotional offerings to the gods and goddesses. Tell us more. Yeah, you could have been on the wrong path, especially if you're looking to start something. That could have been the wrong thing. Something about spiritual love here. Maybe you need to understand the power of spirituality and love. Maybe you need to look into Aphrodite or the pentagram, which is kind of like the five-pointed star, which represents Venus, also Aphrodite. So you might need to look at the orbit of that or where Venus is in your chart. How do you process love and ways that you can heal that? Maybe aspects that you have in your chart so that you can actually rectify any kind of unhappiness so that you can begin to attract what you desire. Because Venus rules money and relationships. And the only way we attract something is by sending out that same kind of joyous, loving energy, generous energy, happy energy, peaceful energy, strength, growth, inner nurturing energy, right? So let's see. Most important advice. Okay, bring your ideas to life. Interesting. Transformation. Definitely a lot of transformation regarding finances or your relationship to it. Grab messages. Did we already pull anything here? We did. Okay, just give me a moment. Most important vital messages for Aries: contentment, organized for success, no more complaining. So there's a need to maybe like take notes or learn something, or maybe like a new way of processing information, like a new way of understanding your world. Diarying or journaling could be interesting. Maybe you can reflect upon what is your mindset, and every word has a frequency, right? So when we write positive, when we think positive, when we speak to ourselves positively, we're attracting a higher frequency, a higher elevation, right? So even if you just want to make a sincere prayer to a goddess or something like, I would like to be guided, please show me the right teachers, that could help. So please hit like, comment, share, subscribe, or hit the Buy Me a Coffee link if you want to leave a tip. Thanks.